It's tough, but Team USA is officially out of the 2026 World Cup after a devastating loss to Belgium. The U.S. men's national team fell 4-1, with one goal in particular, leaving fans speechless. That goal came after U.S. goalkeeper Matt Freese stepped out of his box. Well, right now, reigning champion Argentina is on the pitch in Atlanta. They're playing Egypt. Both countries had to fight for their places in the group of 16, with Argentina winning 3-2 against fan favorites Cape Verde. Egypt, meanwhile, defeated Australia 4-2 on penalties. MLS on Apple TV play-by-play announcer Jake Zivin joins me now. Jake, good to see you. So let's start with the U.S. elimination. I hate to say it. It was not a bad run for the U.S., though. We did win a knockout match for the first time in 24 years. So tell us a little bit more about what you're thinking in terms of this disastrous loss, but on the upside, the spotlight that this tournament has really put on soccer here in the U.S.
Yeah, I think you kind of have everything up until 8 o'clock Eastern yesterday, and then you have what happened afterwards, which was a disappointment. Up until then, it was this magical run that captured the attention of the nation, and it was the worst time to have the worst game of the tournament for pretty much every player. I was there in Seattle in the stadium. Seattle was incredible. Downtown Seattle in the lead up to the game was unlike any place I've ever seen before a soccer match, particularly in the United States. And just, of course, a really disappointing performance. They just didn't have it. Belgium was very good, but ultimately, I think the United States kind of architects of their own downfall. It was their worst game of the tournament.
Yeah, it just seemed like not everyone was playing their best or even playing together as a team. All right, Argentina and Egypt. They have only met once before at the international level. Argentina beat Egypt 2-0 back in 2008. That was a long time ago. A lot of different people. Apparently, we're getting word Egypt just scored. So is it 1-0 right now? Egypt is up. How are both countries doing right now? I mean, 15 minutes in, that's pretty good for Egypt.
It would be. Look, that's breaking news to me, and I think your feed watching on Telemundo is probably ahead of mine that I've got out of the corner of my eye, so this literally must have just happened. That is a huge goal for Egypt. That is a huge moment in this game, and now I'm just seeing it out of the corner of my eye, a header on a cross into the box. And Argentina's got to be a little shook now. I mean, Cape Verde, the darlings of this tournament, took them to the brink. A way more difficult game than anybody expected in that round of 32. And now Egypt scoring first in this round of 16 game against the defending champions, against Lionel Messi and Argentina. This is a huge moment for Egypt. However, there's a long way to go in this game. And Argentina, they have that resilience of being champions. Obviously, they're not out of it, but this is a big twist, so to speak, in this World Cup in general, if Egypt can hold on and can build from this early lead.
Listen, one goal is one goal. I love how you were able to not only continue reporting, but look out of the corner of your eye and see it. It was a header? Okay. Let's talk about later today. Colombia is going to play Switzerland in Vancouver, Canada. So whoever wins that game is either going to face Egypt or Argentina in the quarterfinals coming up on Saturday. Colombia right now, Jake, undefeated in this World Cup, but Switzerland is coming off of an impressive 2-0 win against Algeria. How are you expecting these teams to do today?
Yeah, Colombia will be the favorite, and they've been kind of a dark horse in this tournament, in the lead up to the tournament, and I think they've lived up to that. And, you know, they haven't won a World Cup, but they're one of the teams that hasn't won a World Cup that people think maybe they could do it. Maybe they could break that group of 8. The only 8 countries that have ever won a World Cup, and they haven't done anything in this tournament to suggest that they cannot do that. They'll be favorites over Switzerland. But one thing that you mentioned stands out to me. This game is in Vancouver. This is Switzerland's 3rd straight game in Vancouver, British Columbia. They've been comfortable. They're kind of staying at home, so to speak. Colombia has traveled from Miami to Kansas City, now to Vancouver in successive games. We saw yesterday, Belgium has played 3 games in this tournament in Seattle, and I think being comfortable in that city and in that stadium, it certainly didn't hurt them against the United States. So I think that'll help Switzerland today.
All right, that's an interesting advantage there. Jake Zivin, thank you so much. And you can experience it all, including today's matches, exclusively on Spanish, on Telemundo and Peacock.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.